Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to show you my Sega Genesis portable. I just finished it a couple days ago. It's right here. Also I brought my first one I ever built, and that was 4 years ago, and Sega Genesis Nomad, just for comparison weight. Like I said, this guy, I just finished it a couple days ago. It turns actually pretty good. I really like it the way everything fit and finish. It almost looks like factory prototype or so. It's a 6-button layout compared to my first one. It was 3 only. Bigger screen. It's a 5-inch screen, and kind of Nomad style. Looks like Nomad style D-pad. Start and mode button. Also has a 3-button to control a screen. Speakers grid. Second player controller plugs in. Power and volume. This side has a power switch to turn on and off system, and AV out cable to plug it to a bigger screen if you need it. And actually 5-inch works pretty good. I really love it. Cartridge fits on from front. Actually I kinda like it, and you will see right now it's working like a sun shader, which some people ask me, hey, why you put cartridge on the front instead on top, like mostly handhelds. Those days I'm talking about Game Gear, Game Boy, Nomad also fits, but it's my design kinda, and I really love it the way it turns. Well, let's do the weight comparison, because you're probably kind of wondering, well, those system looks big and bulky, they probably as heavy as the dinosaurs. Well, let's do comparison then. Here's my scale. Let me power it first. It will calibrate it. And first it goes Sega Genesis Nomad. It's a factory made back in '95 by Sega. It's not counterfeit, it's not some Chinese clones. It's original deal with battery pack and 1 game. All system, you see it powers, it's running on, that means they all do have batteries. Well, Sega Genesis Nomad, it's a 1 pound, 8.5 ounces. And for those who's wondering what's in metrics, it's a 695 grams, almost 700 grams. Second will go my first ever I built portable Sega Genesis. It's based on a Sega Genesis 3. And it's a 561 gram. It's almost 150 gram, 140 something gram lighter. In ounces, it's a 1 pound, 3.7 ounces. It's pretty light. It's much lighter than the factory made. Of course, I'm not saying my system is better or it has some advantages. The thing is, Sega Genesis Nomad, like I said before, it was manufactured by Sega. It's a big company. To develop that unit, there was, 10, 20, 100 engineers was behind. And actually, back then it was a really kind of jaw-dropper. My system, I designed it, built it by myself. And pretty much it's a one person operation. Now I was gonna put it, okay, hold it, let me power it again. Now I was gonna put it my latest Sega Genesis portable. And in pounds, it's only 1 pound, 5.2 ounces weight. And I believe it's actually a few ounces is gonna be light there. Let's check again. Yeah, actually it's a 3.3 ounces lighter. Now we're gonna switch it to metric. And it's 602 grams, which actually pretty good. I thought it's gonna be much heavier. Let's put it Nomad again. And it's 93 grams lighter my system lighter than Nomad, and it has bigger screen, like I said. Speaking about screen, let's compare picture quality. Here's a Sega Genesis Nomad. I hope my camera is gonna do a pretty good job. And even that Nomad is almost in a brand new condition. I very little was using the system, and you can see the screen is not as great as it should be. I mean, by these days standards. But back in '95, it was pretty good. Compared to Game Gear or Atari Lynx, it was kind of jaw-dropper. If you compare it to TurboGrafx, Turbo Express has an active matrix screen, and it's much sharper than a Nomad screen. But it was more expensive technology back then. Let's see how well my Sega Genesis portable. And another thing, on the Nomad, I'm gonna show you right now, the volume, here is on my Sega, and the full volume, you can hear it's really loud. On the Nomad, on Sega Nomad, it's not as loud as my handheld. Let's turn it down a little bit. Screen nice and sharp. Let's see if camera is gonna pick it up the way it should be. When Sonic runs, no blurriness, no shadow behind, like little tiny pixelation. If I got right terminology. Anyway, the quality on the screen is much better. Plus, like I said, I mean, it's this system is also based on a Sega Genesis 3. Pretty much all features what Sega Genesis 3 supports, my handheld supports that too. Let me show you the volume on a Sega Genesis Nomad. Sorry guys, I didn't show you in the first place. Let's see. That's the full volume. Even back in '95, it was considered is not as loud as it should be. Well, I hope you guys like my video. If you do, thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any future videos, subscribe. We will really appreciate it. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.